Now, without doubting, there are two ways you can go around trust in a relationship, okay? And welcome you to the Modern Dating Bible. So, first of all, there's a method where you don't have to demand trust from anyone. No one owes you a trust unless you earn it. And what do I mean? People have been heartbroken, honestly. And one thing for sure, whenever you enter a new relationship, as much as your mindset could be, come on, I'm someone new, I've never had you before, why can't you trust me? Why am I paying for other people's sins? That's what people say, right? But you gotta understand that every person, they say when you make a mistake, you learn from those mistakes. They have, in the beginning, almost everybody, I believe, in a new relationship, we all trust. We all give our all. Up until we learn how, or we learn the ropes of relationships, what really happens in the long term. Meaning, we get to learn that not everything that people say in a relationship you should take into heart, because most, they promise, and as time goes by, they change their mind just like that. Meaning, you also have to be smart about how you approach dating. But still, it shouldn't affect you on your new relationships, because at the end, you will never ever keep anybody if you are always making them pay for the past sins. But still, that does not mean that you should just drop your guard. And that does not mean that where you should not watch out. That is why some people can get to a point where they say, you must learn, or they may say, like, you must just find a way to trust, or else it will destroy your new relationships. So number one is, if you are in a new relationship, as long as it is nothing so big, one thing I've learned personally is that by default, someone, if they are good, if they don't give you reasons to doubt them, you will find yourself trusting. That's why trust, I can almost compare it with respect, that the respect is earned, not demanded or not given. You just earn, and someone will just respect you by default and say, you know what, you are the man, you got this. So even when you are in a relationship, the thing is, you might have been heartbroken, and meaning, if you are heartbroken, let me assure you that the person who has been heartbroken, there are a lot of things that now they know that if a person does this, I shouldn't jump into excitement, I shouldn't jump into that's it, I should just keep my guard, that someone can tell me they love me whereas they're cheating. They can tell me they love me whereas they're beating me up. They can tell me they love me whereas they're doing this. So to make sure you're on the safe side is the fact that you don't have to force them. And also, it's also good because this is a two-way street, okay? The next person must also not be pushing you away, because it becomes a turn off. You're trying harder to make things work, and then the next person, at the end of the day, they keep on accusing you. They're always telling you things like, whenever you do good things, I don't trust you. Like, yeah, it's a turn off. It can ruin. That is why the person that you're with must also be matured enough to take it well. But still, if you sense a bit that they don't really trust you so much, don't worry about it, so long as they are normal in the head. That's why I'm saying I'm gonna explain two things, okay? I'm still on the first one. So the first one, it can only applies to someone who is a sane person, who is not a narcissist, and the reason for not trusting is because they've been heartbroken and they are trying to be smarter. But let me assure you, whenever you do good, they will appreciate. Okay, whenever you do good, they will appreciate. And as long as you don't give them a reason to doubt you, they won't be showing it off that even the smallest things, they are doubting you. They will just find it in them to appreciate what they can see. And let me assure you, a human nature is that as time goes on, as time goes by, whenever you are doing things, and whenever, let me tell you, they will have their own methods where they are checking if whether you are cheating or not. They will try to, but the bottom line is, if they are always checking and still you find that there is nothing that they are finding from you, or something that they realize that at the end of the day, whenever they try to check according to their methods that indeed you were up to something, that is when you find that somebody by default, they end up trusting you, because they are going through your phone without you realizing, they are finding nothing. And maybe you receive a phone call, they try to sneak up and try to airdrop to hear what you're saying. Still, nothing. You are talking innocently. They will try that up until they get tired, and that is when by default they will realize that actually I'm just wasting my time. So this person is loyal, and they will find themselves dropping their guard, and they will just trust you. So now let's head to the second one. Now there is the thing of the narcissist. If your person is a narcissist, or they are not okay in the head, or they are just so much, they are a jerk, let me assure you that you expect that you'll even be accused over something which is straightforward. You just go to church, they say you are going to see guys. I hear how even ladies will complain that sometimes when I'm coming from church, they always say that I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to see other men, stuff like that, so that's what some men do to women. So those people, where they accuse you even to something which is just straightforward, to something minor, they have a problem. You cannot really sort them. You get what I'm saying? That's why I say that's why it becomes complicated, because you are dealing with an obsessive person. You are dealing with someone who's not okay in the head, unlike someone who's just trying to be smarter, like the first one that I just mentioned. So when you see it like that, honestly, there is no much you can do, because remember, they are not accusing you based on their past experience, and they are not accusing you because you can't prove that you're not cheating, you can't prove that you're not doing this, but they accuse you due to their own insecurities. And meaning, if you have a problem with insecurities, you don't wait up until someone can prove that they are doing nothing wrong. You just assume what you're assuming, and you're not waiting to find out if whether what you're thinking is true or not. So you just go to what you feel like. So such a person you can never be happy with. Such a person, it is good that from the get-go you teach them how to love you, or else it won't work out. You must discipline them before it becomes a habit. If you realize it is too late, it is better to leave such a person. So, but the bottom line is like these things, trust between each other goes two ways. That is why even I, as a married man right now, as you can see, I know without a doubt that the best way to keep trust in my marriage is to make sure that also we all gain access to each other's phones. Though I never go through my wife's phone, but I can gain access if I want to. You get what I'm saying? And I know that even the day where you come up with, that's why most people, if you can hear how they started cheating, you'll hear that, I just realized, a lady will say maybe, I just realized when he changed his phone pin. That shows there is something to hide there. You see, on its own, there it will just tell you what's going on. So if you can be in a position where you want to trust each other, and you want to put yourselves in a corner where you are always loyal, from the get-go, let it be a rule. No changing pins. Meaning, even if you do some things, you will always be extra careful to the point where you know that I can do so much, but I cannot go beyond. If I go beyond, I will get caught. So that will also help you help one to discipline themselves not to do some things. Unlike when you know we don't touch each other's phones, you always know I can do whatever I like, I won't get caught, so why not? You get what I'm saying? So that's it. That is why when you know at home you can't come back late, whatever you do, you only have limited time, meaning you won't do it to the degree, to the depth of how you were gonna do it if you knew that any time is tea time. You will limit, meaning it's gonna minimize a lot of things which were gonna go wrong. So trust begins in such a manner. It starts there from the day one and making it a rule. So by default, if you guys, by your own actions, don't force someone to trust you early on. That's one thing I can give you as an advice. If maybe you are a victim of not being trusted, don't force them. Can't you trust me? You should trust me. Nah, don't force it out. As long as you know you're not doing anything, let me tell you that they're gonna learn to trust you by default. If they want you to open up your phone to see if whom you were calling was not, be that loyal person, be that faithful person to be trusted. Be trusted and they will trust you, to put it simple. That's what I'm trying to say. Meaning, if they are to say, who were you calling? You know you can open up your phone and show them, this is whom I was calling. If you come late and be like, show me where you were at, and you prove it, let me tell you, every time, whenever you just have to bear that thing for a moment, for some time. they will get to a point where they get used to it, and they will even feel lazy to ask you because they know that they can't catch you red-handed, and to the point where they have to now trust when you say you're coming from where they know you are capable of even proving it. And so I know once he or she says he's coming, that she is, she would even show me. So they won't even see the need to go through your phone. They won't see the need to doubt you. They will even start to believe you, even if then you are lying, because you have proven yourself to be loyal all along, all this time. Let me assure you, they will no longer have a reason to doubt you. By default, you will earn their trust. So, but like I said earlier on, it takes two people. You have to work together, because if you are dealing with a narcissist, then you can do all these things, but their habit will be just to accuse you. That's why some they will be beating up their partner unnecessarily, so without even seeing where is it coming from, out of just a mere accusation. Why is this person calling you? You are saying why, but you get what I'm saying. So you must learn to understand the kind of person you're dealing with, and don't force them to trust you. Let them learn trust you by default. I hope this was helpful. If it was, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and